Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another vlog. It's my day off. We have off this Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we have a ton of stuff going on. So welcome back to the vlogs. I hope you guys are all doing super well. I have a few things on the couch right now that I'm trying to style because we're going back to one of my favorite places of all time. And I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. I'll leave it as a surprise. But I'm so excited. So I'm trying to style an outfit for shooting inside of this place, and I have 3 different options. So another instance that I wish you guys could answer me now, but this video is going to go up a few days after I am recording. So this is the first option. Just to let you guys know a little hint, the place we're going is Parisian. So I immediately thought of this little prairie sweater. The only problem was that my hair was not looking like this when I woke up. This is 3rd day hair, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to revive this, but I was. So now this might work, but before I was gonna have to wear a beanie. I think this would look cute with like black trousers on the bottom. I haven't worn black trousers in a very long time, so I'm gonna put like leggings on and then do trousers underneath. Then I also had this little H&M number because I don't know, I love how big and cozy this is, and it's 25 degrees out. Some of the girls had to cancel because they were like, because of how cold it is, I was gonna have to take an Uber, and the Uber's too expensive, which totally reasonable. So that's why I wanted to maybe do this one because it's just so huge and cozy. And then, so this last one is not so huge and cozy, but I feel like it goes along again with like the Parisian style with like the brightened stripes. And I also haven't shot in this, I don't think, ever. Maybe I did when I actually like got it, because I bought this right before I went to London and Copenhagen and Amsterdam last February, so almost a year ago. So I feel like that would be cute too. But honestly, I think I'm gonna go with the most Parisian one and do this prairie sweater. This is from a sample sale, but Cezanne has one that is so similar, so I'm gonna link that one because it's adorable and I kind of want that one too. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna put trousers and leggings on underneath. I'm gonna do a turtleneck or like a black long sleeve underneath this to give me some more warmth, and then I'll have a beanie and all of my layers. Okay, my lips are super dry because I don't want to put on lip product just in case it's windy outside and my hair is gonna stick to it. So we'll do that once we get to the coffee shop. But this is my fully bundled look. The hat is from Cezanne. This is like the best beanie ever. I have it in 3 colors. And then I ended up going with the little peasant sweater, so I'll link the similar one as I mentioned before. And then this is my, I still don't know if this is L'Academy or LPA, but this coat's not available anymore, so I will link something similar. Just wearing something very warm. Then I've got my gloves here. I'm not doing a scarf just because I'm wearing a turtleneck, and this would like fully cover me if I wanted to walk around like that. And then instead of trousers, I'm doing jeans on the bottom because I can't find my trousers. And then I'm gonna wear these loafers with the little penny in them from Zara, just as a fancier detail. So let's get going. I have about 25 minutes to get there, and I think it only takes 20 minutes, but this subway is a bit unpredictable sometimes, so I'm gonna leave now just to give myself a little bit of extra time. I need the review. 10 out of 10. Guys, what a journey we had this morning. I just got in the door actually it's been a while now. I think I've been back for like 45 minutes. I only had a croissant at L'Appartement 4F, which you guys would have seen. We went there this morning. It was just as amazing as it was last time, and there was no line when I went in, so that was perfect. And we got a seat upstairs, so Bella and Avery met me there, and we just had a little catch-up morning, which was really nice. And then we decided to try and shoot outside in Brooklyn, and our lack of knowledge of that area really showed because we were trying to find like different street corners or whatever like that would work with our very neutral outfits, and we just like couldn't really find much. So then we walked to Arabica, which is sorry Arabica in Brooklyn, which I took you guys to the one in Nolita a couple weeks ago, or I think it's maybe like 1 week ago, I don't know. It was a couple videos ago. And so we went there. There were too many people in there. So then we went and walked near like Dumbo by like the Brooklyn, I think it's the Brooklyn Bridge that is in that area. I should know this. But we went over there. We stopped at Dawn, which is where I have this ginger snap latte that I ended up putting in my cute glass because it just makes me happy to drink out of these little IKEA mugs. I'll link these for you guys because I am obsessed and I think that everyone should have them. So we got a coffee there, shot inside there, and then we had a very long journey home. I had no idea where I was. This was like the least New Yorker thing about me. I didn't know which train I was supposed to take. Apparently I was supposed to go back downtown to then get on a train that would take me close to my apartment, but instead I went uptown, and then I got off, and then I was like, oh, I can definitely take this train, like one more stop and then take this other subway. And so I ended up doing that, but it took me like 35 minutes to get home, which was crazy considering on the way there, it took me like 12 minutes, I think, from the subway station here. It was only like 2 stops, and then I walked like 2 minutes after that. So yeah, getting home was a long journey, but we're here. I changed into my big Teddy quarter zip, but I actually have to put on something else for a video that I have to film, so I'm just wearing this for the time being. I also picked off one of my nails because it chipped really badly, so I have to repaint that before I film because I don't want to be missing a nail because that's just not a cute look. But yeah, so we've already gotten shooting done. Then later today, I'm not sure what Polly and I are gonna do for our day off, but it's freezing outside, so it's not too pleasant, but I don't know if we will either like walk around or go to like different shops and stuff. And then for tonight, I have dinner at Rosemary's with my friends. So Avery and Bella are actually coming, so I'll see them later tonight too. And then Sammy, Hathel, Steph is back from Paris, so we're gonna see her. And then, who am I missing? Oh, Anastasia was gonna come, but she can't anymore because she's sick. So I'm so sad that she's gonna miss it, but we have a pretty big crew, and this actually works out because I booked the reservation for 6 people, and then Steph ended up being able to come, so it would be 7, but now that Anastasia can't come, I don't have to change the amount of people for the reservation, which is amazing. So we're going to the West Village location, and the food is really, really good, so I'm excited to go to that later. And I think I'll pick out my outfit with you guys a little earlier in the day so that I don't have to vlog with the lights on and stuff. But yeah, we're having a very productive day. I have to edit a video and try to get that up for approval for Wednesday. And then what else? I have to film for Brooklyn, in which I need to update you guys because I'm sitting here with the bedding behind me. We slept so incredibly well last night, and these sheets and the duvet are just insanely good, and I'm so happy because you guys know that obviously with a lot of these like very well-known brands, they can be hyped a lot, but these actually live up to it. So I can't wait to like go to sounds crazy, but I can't wait to go to sleep again in these sheets because it was that good of an experience. So I have these like window pane ones. I'll like take you guys off the tripod and show you. I did also drop my camera again this morning, and the lens won't zoom in and zoom out, which is a huge problem. And every single time I drop my camera, it's because I'm trying to screw it onto the tripod, and I really don't know what other way to do it. This time I was holding the camera and screwing the tripod, and I still managed to drop the camera. And now I actually can't like zoom in and zoom out, which is a problem for, I don't know, more so I guess for like taking different like artistic clips. Now I actually have to like move the camera closer or pull it away. But hopefully I can get it fixed when I go home on Thursday this week before my sister's bachelorette party, because I don't really want to live like this with the camera, and I feel bad that it's broken, and obviously I'm responsible. So anyway, I will show you guys the bedding because it's honestly so nice, and I think it looks really cute with our headboard. Okay, so I kind of made it a little bit wrinkly there because I was just sitting on it, but this is the pattern that we chose. I think it's called window pane, and it's like this gray kind of lined pattern on a white bedding, and I think it looks really cute. I have to figure out our pillows though. I think what we're gonna end up doing is I'm gonna film for the entire bedding collection, but then I'm gonna put our sand colored duvet back on and then have the sand color like shams and our brown pillows, and then just have the striped sheets kind of like poking through the back, because I think the gray looks really cool with like the brown tones, especially since we have these gray lamps over on the side. I think it ties in really nicely and it goes with our color scheme already. So very happy with these, and also best sleep of our lives. Okay, it's much later since I last spoke to you guys, and since then we just did a Trader Joe's run that was desperately needed. So I'm excited to have some food for some meals during this week, even though I go home on Thursday for my sister's bachelorette. But I'm about to leave to go to Rosemary's to meet my friends for my belated birthday dinner because we had a storm last week, so we changed it to this Monday, and everyone's able to make it except for Anastasia, like I mentioned before, so we're gonna miss her, but I am excited to head out. But I wanted to show you guys my outfit. I turned on every single light in this room and I still think it's gonna be a little bit dark, but starting with this headband, this is from RPZL, I think. It's the same brand as my hair bows that I have that I would have mentioned to you guys before, and then my earrings are always, not always, but I'm switching between these and my Heaven Mayhem, but these are the Madewell little drop earrings. And then my dress is from Rumored. This is a piece that I'm supposed to be including in the Rumored haul that I still have yet to film, but maybe I will tomorrow because I'm working from home, so I could do that during lunch. But it's just this little puff sleeve, lace trim, polka dot dress, and then comes down to a midi length. And then I'm wearing Sam Edelman suede boots that kind of go up pretty high, so I hopefully won't be too cold. And then this oversized blazer is from my H&M haul that I shared actually kind of a while ago, but I sized up to a large, and this is still available, so I can link it for you guys. But I kind of just wanted to put this over for another layer. And then my bag is from Rebag, but I might switch this out. I mean, honestly, I wanted to bring you guys with the camera, but then I would have to bring my Cinca Set Hobo, which I think might be a little bit casual with this outfit. So I think we're gonna just vlog on the phone. I'm gonna put a jacket on and then crossbody this bag, and we will be out the door. Good morning, guys. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. We're picking the vlog back up. I think the last time I spoke to you was right before my birthday dinner when I was doing my outfit and everything. And sorry, the heat's turning on. A lot has happened since then. Yesterday, we kind of had a little bit of a slow bum kind of morning, and I also worked from home and didn't really do much. I didn't get ready until like later in the afternoon just because I had a couple of things to film. But it was just a very chill day. I had a lot to catch up on for work after being off on Friday and on Monday. So it was just a very like productive, like kind of day where I didn't really pick up the camera. And then last night I went to drinks for Medina's birthday at Victoria, which is actually where my company holiday party was. And I was so happy to go back there because the space is amazing. The cocktails are really nice and fresh and interesting. And we had a lovely time because I met a couple of girls that I have never met before. But as I mentioned, today's Wednesday. I'm ready early and I'm going to meet Hathel to shoot at the Hungry Ghost. I don't know how I'm ready early because I got up kind of late, but I think it's because my hair was kind of done from yesterday, but I'm going to be wearing a hat, so we can kind of cheat the whole system. But I did want to show you guys my lip combo. I know it looks like a lot, but I did get a couple of questions in my last video and a couple on Instagram too. So I don't know if people from Instagram are over on my channel. If you are, then welcome. But I got a couple of questions, so I figured I would show you guys because it's a little bit new. So the lip liner that I use is Spice by MAC. It's a little bit more of this nudie tone, which I wear this to kind of balance out the new lipstick that I got. So this is from Rose Inc. And I think I showed you guys this when I first got it, but let's just appreciate the packaging. I mean, it's Rosie Huntington Whiteley's company, so I'm sure, you know, I expect nothing less. So this is in the shade Intuitive, and you can see that it's pretty pink. And the main reason is because when I started wearing my Charlotte Tilbury, wait, is my blush not blended this entire time? I've also been like overloading the blush, so sorry if you guys can notice that. But I think the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, which is like my go-to lipstick, was becoming a little bit too nude because I'm so pale. So I wanted to get a more pinky toned one, and this is perfect. It's also less drying than the matte Charlotte Tilbury ones. This has more of like a velvety finish, you can see, but I do like to put a gloss over the top of it. This is optional, you don't have to. If you don't, You could see that there's still like a little bit of a sheen to it. And this is the Fussy lipstick, I mean not lipstick, lip gloss from Fenty. And again, it's more of a nudier tone. So I like balancing out the pink of the lipstick and then throwing this on top. And that's what I've been wearing lately. So if you guys were wondering, or if you weren't, I'm still gonna link these for you. And right before I leave, I wanna show you guys kind of like the base of my outfit because everything else is near the door, already set and ready to go. But I'm gonna wear this cream sweater that I got from Jenny Kane. I have a couple other ones that I need to show you guys that came in yesterday. But it's this oversized boucle kind of textured sweater. So really, I mean, I fell in love with the texture immediately, but I also went oversized because I like things to be like big and baggy and cozy. And then I'm wearing leggings underneath my Levi's jeans. So these are vintage. I think they were from, I'm not gonna remember the name of the shop, but they were from Brooklyn, and they're just like a pair of charcoal gray Levi's with a straight leg. So for shoes, I'm gonna wear my New Balance 530s. They're like the cream ones, and then my oversized dish blazer. And then I think I'm gonna wear my green bag, but I'm not completely sure. I just wanted to add like a little bit of like an interesting neutral into the mix. Okay, so this is the longest catch up ever, but I do have two more things to show you guys. One of them is this beautiful birthday gift that Bella got me. And we went to dinner. I assumed that people weren't bringing gifts because we were going to dinner, but I should have assumed otherwise because she ended up handing me a Jo Malone bag at the end of the night. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, I cannot believe that she got me a present that was so nice, but she's like the sweetest human being alive. And she got me the Roses Trio from Jo Malone. And I love this brand so much. She just like knows me so well. But it's 3 different roses colognes. So it's the Rose Blush, Rose Magnolia, and Rose Amber. And the bag smelled incredible. So I cannot wait to try every single one of these. And pink is also my favorite color. So that was really cute. And then she wrote me a little handwritten card with the nicest, like she sent me the nicest birthday text and then wrote something equally as nice on a card. I'm like, how do you have all of this, like these like beautiful things to say? It's amazing. So I'm really thankful for that. That was so nice of her, and she did not need to do that. And the other thing, speaking of pink and green, I ended up going to Trader Joe's the other day and did a huge haul, and I wish I filmed it because we haven't done that in so long. But I saw someone walking out of the Trader Joe's when we were walking in with these like green hydrangeas, and I've always loved these, but I've never picked them up before. And the peonies, ever since I cut off some of the leaves so that they can kind of like drink a little bit more of the water, they looked a little lonely. And so I decided to just place in the hydrangeas in between the peonies. I don't know if this is bad for them, if it's gonna like clog the area. I also need to change the water now that I'm looking at it, but I thought that looked really nice, and I love the color combination. I do also want to do this like greenery with some white flowers maybe in the spring, but I do have an exciting little gifting thing happening over on Instagram. So I mean, I'm giving it away, but it has to do with flowers, so I'll share that with you guys once they come in. So I'm ready early, but I'm not ready that early, so I need to just get the rest of my outfit on, and we're gonna head out the door. Let me just also note that it's 17 degrees outside. It's supposed to be 25, but it's 17 right now. And I'm probably gonna get a nice coffee. Okay, so for today's lunch break, I have a couple of things to show you guys. So some exciting new in things. I ordered my planner inserts from Cessa V, and I absolutely love this company. I heard about it from Riley Shields on Instagram, and I ended up going a little bit nuts. I forgot that I still had some undated ones, so I got like 5 packs and I probably only needed like 3, but I will always use these. So I didn't need to go and get a luxury planner, but I love that this company has all different sizes, and they have different like purposes and layouts of their planner papers. So the first one I got is just undated planning paper, and this was a lifesaver for me because I always used to get discouraged with using a planner, because if I missed a day by accident, then I would have to skip an entire page of paper, and I just feel like that's super wasteful. So having the ones that you date yourself is amazing. So I highly recommend getting these if you guys are someone who's like maybe gonna skip a day or two here and there, or if you're someone who's like not super consistent but you still want to have a planner and like organize your life sometimes, then these are a really good thing to have. And then I did get some random like just lined paper. This is for planning like video concepts, outfits for shooting and all of that, and I ran out of these pretty quickly, so I doubled up on my order for these, which these are my extras right now. I already have the ones that I'm like mainly going to use inside of my planner. And then the last one is a bill tracker, which I have my like collaboration stuff in my notes on my phone, on a piece of paper, probably on a post-it note somewhere, and also in my bank statement. And I wanted to just keep track of the collaborations that I have per year. So I thought that this would be a nice like way to do it. So once it's like paid out and everything, I could just put it in the log and remember like what I did and when I did it and how much it was and all that kind of stuff. So again, just to keep me organized for the future. But this company is amazing and she's so sweet. She sends like a little like gift thing, so it has like a page marker, a pen, and then she writes like a handwritten note, which I think is so nice and personalized. So definitely check out this website if you guys need planner inserts. The next package is from Inky List, and they have their replenishing and plumping moisturizer, which I can not explain to you how necessary this is for the winter in New York City. It's insane how dry it is, and Paulie was just saying that he wants to get a humidifier for our room because we're literally waking up with like dry throats and like our noses feel so like dry and our skin feels dry, and he's getting like bloody noses every other day. So I'm like, TMI, but we need to get a humidifier. But these products definitely help, and I will load on the moisturizer at night. I will spare no expense. Like, I need to not have cracked skin and I need to not have wrinkles. And this one actually is anti-aging, so it's 4 times visible line and wrinkle reduction that they saw in tests. So I cannot wait to start using this because I would love to get moisturization and anti-aging in the same product. So Inky List is also a really good affordable skincare line if you guys are looking for one. And I love like their moisturizer. I've used their cleanser, their cleansing balm, and they're all like the same quality as a really expensive skincare brand. So if you guys want to invest in your skincare but not necessarily in the price of it, like the quality of your skincare, not the price, then I would definitely recommend them. By the way, I did change into this H&M little cardigan instead of wearing my Jenny Kane sweater because I don't know what it is. Like, the apartment got so bright and it's so pretty, and I just wanted to wear something a little bit more like fitted and proper for today. Not really sure what that's about, but I'm gonna show you guys the other 2 Jenny Kane sweaters that I got in my most recent order. This one is an olive green number, which you guys probably know by now that this is one of my favorite colors to wear. My favorite color is pink, if you guys didn't know that, but obviously I'm not the type of person that wears pink. But my favorite colors to wear are probably like olive green and chocolate brown, I feel like, at the moment, but that's probably fleeting. I think that's just a trend for me. But yeah, this color is really, really pretty. It's a super soft material. I always note when a sweater's not itchy because I feel like that's the biggest question that I get with knitwear. And it also has these dark tortoise buttons going down the front and a V-neck shape. So really pretty with that silhouette. And then the next one is even softer. This one is actually crazy, and I'll tell you guys that I want to give this to my sister for her bachelorette this weekend because we're going to like an upstate mountain weekend type of bachelorette. And when I first opened it, I was like, she would absolutely love this, but I'm like having a hard time giving it away. It's like insanely soft. I cannot explain to you guys. If you're looking to invest in your knitwear and keep it forever and ever, Jenny Kane is a really good brand for that. And the buttons are just like this nice kind of like tan color, but they're still super warm, so it goes with like this nice creamy. Guys, it's gonna be so hard for me to give this to her, but I know that she would absolutely love it. So I might put this in like her little welcome box as like a little, here's a cozy thing to wear on your bachelorette. It's also white and she's the bride, so like it's not like I'm gonna be wearing this during this weekend, but yeah, it's gonna be sad. Also, just because I have the boucle one, I feel like I can let one go for a good cause, but maybe I'll just like let her wear it and then ask for it back after. I'm just kidding, I would never do that. So that's everything I have in new. I am gonna make some lunch now, and I need to chug water because I don't know what it is. Every time I've been drinking coffee nowadays, I'm so thirsty afterwards, and I think caffeine dehydrates you if I'm not mistaken, but I need to like offset it with like 3 different glasses of water. So we're gonna go make lunch and drink water. Guys, I completely forgot to tell you the second story. I don't know how this like slipped my mind. It's like a pretty huge thing. But first of all, this isn't the story, but I took my gels off and wanted to let my nails breathe. And we've already broken this thumbnail and this ring finger. The rest of the nails on this hand are pretty long, so now I just have one that's not. And then on this hand, we've lost my middle finger and my pointer, but that was from before. And then my thumb is broken, but I think we're gonna try to glue it and keep it nice so that I could just paint over it. But this is why I don't let them breathe, because they break right away. And I'm like, I wanna have long nails, but I obviously don't wanna like poison them with the gel and give them a break from time to time, but then they all fall off and then my nails look gross. So that's what we're dealing with. But my other story is that I have been looking for a pair of Uggs, and I know that's shocking because I've talked about Uggs before and I think that they look like potatoes, but they're a very practical and like cozy shoe to wear. I guess I would try to style them maybe when it's like super bitterly cold out, because Avery wears them all the time and they look so cute on her, and I'm like, why don't those look cute on me? And I don't know if it's because I have like bigger feet, but I'm gonna try. So I was looking for the antelope color, which shout out Vanessa if you're watching this, who's my twin sister if you guys don't know. She has the antelope color and she got them for Christmas, and they're a really good neutral and they're also a little bit different. So I was able to find that pair, and they're the ultra mini. And then I was also able, while I was like doing my search, I found another pair in the color goat. So it's like this taupey, like kind of grayish color, which I am obsessed with. I love like a warm tone gray. And I found those on Poshmark used. And I know that that's gross because some people don't wear socks with their Uggs, but I could never do that. I always wore socks with my Uggs, so I'm gonna plan on wearing socks anyway. So even, I don't know, I don't want to think about the previous owner, but she seems like a nice girl. She said that they were barely worn. So we're just gonna believe her. And so I put in an offer on both of them. One of them was like half the price of retail for the goat color. The other ones I think were either retail or a little bit less because they're sold out everywhere. You can't get them. And I saw other listings for like $300, and I was like, I'm not spending $300 on a couple of like potato shoes. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have to look somewhere else. And so I found this cheaper price. But then both buyers, I thought I was like lowballing or whatever you call it when you're negotiating, and they both ended up accepting my offer. And I think that you can say like this was an accidental offer, but I felt bad because I put an offer in on both when I should have just waited. So we have 2 pairs of Uggs coming to the apartment. Well, not the apartment, the first order I placed. I accidentally had my old apartment address in my Poshmark, so those are going to my old apartment, and I just had to pay $27 to reroute them, which was the worst thing ever. But I was like, this is my punishment for not checking and just being like impulsive. And then the other ones I was able to change it because the buyer didn't ship them yet, so, or the seller didn't ship them yet. So yeah, that was a hard lesson to learn, but I have 2 pairs going to New Jersey right now, and I hope that one of them comes in time, but the ones that were shipped first were the rerouted ones, so I don't think that they're gonna make it to my house in time for me to take them this weekend. So I'm gonna bring my old chestnut ones. Anyway, we have 2 pairs of Uggs coming. I'll share them with you guys when they come in. And I also ordered Adidas Gratas. That's a really bad accent, and I do speak Spanish, so I don't know why I said it like that. But they're basically like a gazelle. Is that the one that everyone has? I think they're gazelles. But the sole is a smidge chunkier, and I saw a product photo on Instagram. No, I found them on Pinterest, tracked them to an Instagram account, and then found the name of the Instagram account wasn't even in English, and I had to like find the translation of these characters to find out what shoe they were. And when I did, I went and found them on a resale site, and they are, I think my size, which is usually very expensive, I think they were $90, and normally like the gazelles I think are over $100. So I'm gonna see how they are. I hope they fit because they're a men's sizing, and men's sizing, obviously we have to size down as women, but I don't know if the shoe itself ran large or small. So fingers crossed that they fit, and I will show you guys all of those. Apparently we have 3 pairs of shoes coming to the apartment or New Jersey, and I'll show you guys all of them when they come in. Guys, it is so effing cold in this apartment. I had to stop working for a second and make myself a glass of tea because, I mean, I normally drink tea, I would say 3 or 4 times a week. But today I was like, I need to stop right now. My fingers are purple. Like, my nail beds are purple. My pinky toe is numb right now. And it's 67 degrees in the apartment, which is normally what we keep it at. But for some reason, I feel like I'm getting random drafts from outside. So I did put a question box up on my stories last night actually. And I had a couple people ask about my 9-to-5 job, and then some people asked me how I got my job. So I figured I would just chat about that quickly with you guys because I feel like some people have also asked on my channel before, and I will be honest, I keep forgetting to tell this story, and I'm gonna keep it as concise as possible, but I figured this would be a good time. So grab a cup of tea or a coffee. I kind of wish this was a coffee. Actually, I'm gonna hold this because I'm so cold. So when I started at college, I was actually a health behavior science major. I was not a fashion major. And I basically was not the most studious, if I'm being honest. I'm a very social person, and I feel like I'm more of a creative person. But when I was 19 or 18 years old going into school, I didn't really understand that about myself yet. Sorry, we're getting like a weird glare, so I might move you guys. Okay, I hope this sunlight doesn't bother anybody because it's kind of giving me life. So I went into college, was not a fashion major. I basically didn't do well in my classes because I did not care for the material too much, and I had like a quarter life crisis at the age of 19, I think. And my mom came down to school to visit me, just like an impromptu visit because she thought I was like going through it. And she was like, I feel like you just picked this because my older sister was a doctor, my twin sister was going in as a health major, and I probably didn't know what I wanted to do, and I think I wasn't self-aware at that age, so I just kind of went along with it and thought, okay, maybe this would be a good path for me, and it wasn't. So when I was a sophomore, I switched my major to fashion, very huge jump, and I ended up graduating basically on time. I had to take one class after graduation, but it was the greatest decision, and I owe it all to my mom. I say that to her all the time, that I would not be where I am if she kind of didn't like, you know, give me that talk into and just like realize things about myself that I didn't understand, or like I didn't realize that I had a certain way about myself when it came to like my creative side of myself, or like dressing to go to certain things, or like wanting to dress nicely. And she like fully pointed that out for me. So she's probably also the reason why I'm here on YouTube and also have an Instagram. So yeah, just like very thankful and blessed that she is very outspoken and was able to tell me like what was what. And also just gave me the support, because it's just a very, I guess, I don't know if it's true anymore, but the fashion industry, there goes the heat again. But honestly, like, thank God. The fashion industry has a reputation for not paying well, and basically saying that you're gonna like work like a dog and not be able to make a salary. And part of it's true. They do, I feel like, feed off of that connotation, I guess, about the industry, and some brands will underpay you, but I feel like with any job you need to value yourself and know how much you're worth. And so it was just like very nice to have that support from them, even though I wasn't going to be making like hundreds of thousands of dollars at the end of all of this. So graduated college and I came to New York City. I actually went to 24/7, which is they're kind of like an agency that matches, I guess, like potential candidates with job descriptions. If you guys are looking for a job and you want to be matched, the agency is a really good way to do that. I basically went in there, and this was a recommendation from one of my friends. She's like, one of my friends is a recruiter there. So I went in. Basically, they interview you, and then they basically do a background like interview, and then they'll match you with things, and then you technically don't have to interview for the position. Sometimes you do. But for me, I went in and I said, I want to work in New York City. I was living in New Jersey at the time. I was like, I want to live and work in New York City, so I need to get a job here. And I wanted to work in fashion. And so she came back to me like the next day, and she's like, I have an opportunity right now, but it's in New Jersey, but just like look over it and see what you want to do. And when she said look over it, she sent me the job description, and the company had written a bullet pointed list of the job description. Mind you, I got there and the job was completely different. So there was no formal job description written up. I didn't get any communications from HR. It was literally a bullet, and there were maybe 4 bullet points, and it said nothing about needing college experience. And I was like, why would I do this if I just went to college for 4 years and I got a degree so that I can get a job, and this job has like, the word college is not even, or like GPA, like none of that mattered. And so I was like, you know what? I was very skeptical. I was like, well, it says that you don't need a college degree. Like, I don't want to do this. And she was like, oh no, you do. It just doesn't say it. I'm like, okay. So I go in, basically did a working interview. So I was in there. I did like the basic gist of the job and was being trained that day. And then I was asked to come back the next day. And then I stayed for the whole first week. And then I was at the company. So this is carrying that I'm talking about right now. So if you guys are familiar with LVMH, carrying is kind of the other side of the industry. So LVMH is like Louis Vuitton, Dior, all of those brands. And we have Gucci, Saint Laurent, Bottega Veneta, Alexander McQueen, like a bunch of others too. And I honestly didn't know what carrying was when I first heard about the position. So went in there, did the working interview, and I was like, you know what? I had to take a class during summer after school. Everyone's already working and I just want to make a salary. So I'm like, let me just get my foot in the door in luxury fashion, because in college they were like, you're not going to be able to find a job. And they're like, the job market is so bad. And like, you're going to have to work at discount stores before you make it to luxury and all this stuff, which is sometimes true for some people's journey. But I was like, I think that the name of this brand could get me somewhere. So I'm just going to do it. And so I stayed in that position. After 2 months, I was hired from a temp to a permanent employee. And then I was in that position for 7 months before someone had left, and I got offered a position I was working in a repair center. So I was doing logistics and like admin work for them. And I was working on Bottega Veneta when I first got there. Then I got offered to be a specialist for spare parts for Gucci. So I had experience with that brand. And then I got moved to a new building. We moved, and closer to my house at home. So I was driving into work every day. And then I was working as a quality supervisor. And with the quality supervisor position, I was working with every brand under Kering. So it was a lot, but I was able to kind of learn the ins and outs of each brand, because they do operate very differently, even though they're under this one umbrella. And I actually ended up meeting my future team too. So Saint Laurent had a seminar, and it was hosted at our building. And my boss needed to go to Italy for, I guess, I don't know if it was like his passport or like something at the time, and he needed to go back to the embassy in Italy, and he was like, I'm gonna be gone, can you sit in on this meeting? I'm like, sure. So I go in there, I answer some of their questions. I was meeting some of the store teams who are actually still with us today, and I met my future boss and my boss's boss. And I was in that room, and I was like, for sales associates to be this engaged and this happy to work at a company, like that is a huge, huge, rare thing to see in luxury retail. And everyone just seemed so grateful and thankful and like happy to be there and interacting with each other. And it was amazing. And so we walked out of that room, and I turned to my boss's boss, and I was like, these people are wonderful, and I would love to be a part of your company someday. Like, I don't know where that came from. I never would say something like that. So said that to them and was done. And I found out later that day that the girl whose position I currently have was not there, and they said she was sick. And then the next day I found out that she wasn't sick. She just quit on the spot and didn't show up. So I was like, I want that job. And so I went straight to HR, and I was like, I don't know how to approach this. The job's not even posted. I just know because that person interacts with my department, and the manager told me. So he's like, okay, let me find some things out. I'll talk to like the manager and all that, or talk to the girl's boss and all that kind of stuff. So they did. And this process went on for like 3 weeks. I was being, frankly, so annoying. Like, I call it, what is it called? Polite persistence. I wasn't harassing. I was just following up probably every like 4 or 5 days, because I was like, I need to get this job. I want to work for Saint Laurent. And I normally am not this aggressive about anything. So I ended up going and meeting with their HR. And then I went and met with my future boss. Oh no, I met with HR twice, then my future boss. Then they were waiting for my boss's boss to come back. I met with customer service, the manager of customer service, because the role used to be underneath client service. It wasn't under operations. And so I met with all of these people, and it was like pretty scary going through that many rounds of interviews. And then I found out that I got the job. And then I find out later down the line that my boss was like, yeah, no, we had no one else that we were like definitely considering. Like, we knew we were gonna hire you. It was just a lot of like logistics behind the scenes because I was doing an internal move. So long story short, that's how I ended up at Saint Laurent. That I've been here for over a year, and it has been the most amazing part of my work journey. People just think that you snap your fingers and you're like in this like crazy job. Like me in college, I would never ever think that I would work at YSL, but it took me like 5 years to get here. So I worked at a job that was way below me and below my education level, and I worked my butt off. Never asked any questions. The only question I ever asked was, is there anything else I can do? Like in addition to what I was already doing. And I felt like I wanted to make it a point. I come from like a very hardworking family. Both my parents are like the most hardworking people I've ever seen, and I'm so grateful to have them as an example. But I just like, there were so many things that I wouldn't have if I didn't like grow up the way that I did, if I wasn't raised the way that I was. And nowadays I feel like nobody wants to work, but here I am with a full-time job, and then I also have a side passion that does take up a lot of my time, but I don't view it as work. I think it's amazing, and I'm so like blessed to have a job that I'm so passionate about, and then I also have a side passion that I can do that like fills up my free time and makes me kind of exercise my creative abilities. So yeah, that's how I got my job. I started entry level and like made it apparent that I wanted to be, oh, also I just want to note, before I got the job as the quality supervisor, I went into my review before that, and my boss was like, so how are you like doing with your spare part like specialist role? Like, do you like it? I was like, I do really like it, but I think that if there are any opportunities for growth, I would absolutely love to take it. And so 2 months later, when that job was created and it was a supervisor position, they asked me first. So don't feel afraid that if you tell them, don't say you're disinterested, but just let people know all the time that you're willing to take on more responsibility, because that's kind of how you climb up the ladder, at least in my experience or in the fashion industry. They want to know that you want to work. And I feel like today, like I mentioned, people just make it so apparent that they want to do something else other than be at the office. And so I think that that was something that was really important too, that I thought was taboo, but that I still did. So the polite persistence, I think that there's nothing wrong with showing interest in a position and also showing that you want to grow and verbally say that. Like, don't just show up to work every day on time and think that they're going to know that. Just let them know, you know, I'm really enjoying this. I love the company. I want more responsibility. Whenever you have it for me, I'm ready. So I think those are two things that kind of got me to where I was, in addition to whatever else happened along the way. But that's my work journey. I don't really talk about work too much on here, but I do want to do like a work day in my life. I just watched Avery's vlog, and she did like a morning before work vlog, and I kind of want to show you guys my routine and like take you to the office. I don't know if I can like film inside of the office, but just do something like that that lets you into that part of my life, because I know that it's very separate from like YouTube, because those are two different things, like a corporate job and my like creative side passion. But I think it would be really fun to do both. So let me know if that's something that you guys want to see more of, or if you want me to talk more about it. I'm sorry for making this vlog like 50 minutes long now that I told you my whole career path. But if you guys have any questions about like fashion, or like where to go, or if you need direction or advice, then definitely let me know in the comments down below. I would love to chat with you guys about it, or you can send me a DM over on Instagram, because it's a little bit more private over there. But yeah, so thank you for listening to my very long story. I tried to make it short, and then I obviously went off on a tangent. But I'm gonna start working for the rest of the afternoon, and hopefully go to the gym afterwards. Try to do some laundry, like little housekeeping things that I still need to do in order to like be fully productive for the day. I'm just about to dive into an afternoon snack. We have the whipped cream cheese from Trader Joe's. I don't know what it is, but I need to have whipped just because it's like lightweight. But how satisfying is that brand new package? And then these I haven't tried. They are the organic garlic naan crackers from Trader Joe's. And I butchered the top of the box a little bit, but I am gonna give these a go. I think it would be good with the cream cheese. I normally am supposed to like not supposed to, but I normally get garlic dip, but I felt like garlic chips and garlic dip was gonna be too crazy. So last time I had this with the Stacy's pita chips, and it was maybe a little bit too plain. So I feel like the garlic crackers will be better, but I will let you guys know how these are. Okay, these are amazing. I probably ate a little bit too many of them though, because I just got to this point and I was like, I need to put these away now. Also, I think I was craving something sweet, and then I didn't realize until I was actually eating this stuff that I wanted something sweet, so now I'm going to try and find something that I can have in addition to my little snack that I just had. But I do kind of want a coffee. It's like 4:45, so I have about like an hour-ish, a little bit more than an hour left of work to do. And when I'm home by myself, I kind of just want a little treat sometimes. And yeah, I'm lonely and I want to have a coffee to keep me company. The excuses and things that come out of my mouth when I'm trying to justify it is actually insane.